Hola! Time for update number 4. It's been about a month since the last time we chatted. I had gone to the Christmas market with some friends. Last time I made a video, and I briefly mentioned that I was going to be going on a ski trip with my Hapkido class. Well, some of the people at the gym, because it wasn't just my class specifically. What I also didn't realize was that there were going to be other gyms coming. We kind of have like partnerships with a few other gyms in the areas. So there was a whole bunch of us. There was like 6 vans. We had a really awesome convoy going. There was, I think, like 40 to 50 people maybe. We had like 3 or 4 different hotel rooms. There was an all girls room where I stayed. There was like the little boys room, and I think there was 2 boys rooms actually, and then there was one for like the sort of higher ups, I think. So it was really good. We left on Saturday morning, so that was on December the 13th at like 9:30. We probably got there around like 12:30, 1:30. I rented the ski suit that I used, as did some other people. Um, so we kind of did that first, and then we dropped off our stuff in a room at the like hotel resort place thing. And then we kind of went on our merry way. Some people went and hit the slopes right away. Some of us went and did a lesson, myself included, because I haven't been skiing in like over 10 years. Um, so yeah, and then I still got in a little bit of skiing, um, and like seeing other people till like 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, we took a break and had dinner. There was a cafeteria at the resort, so you had dinner included. You just kind of like picked up a tray and took a bunch of food and stuff, sat down, had dinner. It was really good. Um, and then we went back for night skiing from 7 till like 10 ish. Uh, it was good, except that I kind of wiped out twice. The first time I wiped out on my face pretty hard. Um, I'm surprised I didn't like actually hurt myself. And then the second time I could kind of feel it coming, so I was going too fast. So I sat on my butt. Um, my friend had to grab my ski poles for me. It probably didn't help that the ski slope was kind of packed down and icy and like a skating rink instead of a ski slope by the time that we went skiing at night. It wasn't really like the fluffy snow you get back home because it was man-made, so it was a little different, and it was a more difficult ski slope the second time I wiped out. Um, what else? Oh, yeah, my friend Kunwan and I almost had like a near death experience. We almost like collided on the slope. It was really scary, actually. We got to the bottom and just sat there like yelling at each other for 5 minutes. Like, are you crazy? What is wrong with you? Getting in the way? Or do you want to die? Like, oh god, it was bad. So anyways, we finished up at like 10:30. By that time, the cafeteria was closed, but a lot of us were hungry, and luckily, our rooms had kitchenettes, and I think they brought like a grill or something too, or some. We brought like meat and ramyun and mandu, which are like dumplings. So we still had like a pretty good dinner. Uh, and then all the adults hung out at like 12:30. We started partying. Yeah, started partying. I was already like dead tired by that point because I hadn't slept a lot. I was so excited from like the night before, and I was packing, and I was really tired to begin with. So yeah. Um, Also, my one sabumnim and I had a soju competition because hey, I don't know why. Because I open my mouth and talk without thinking is actually why. Let's face it. Um, So yeah, I drank a lot, a lot. Guy is like little, but he's a tank. I am so impressed. He definitely metabolizes alcohol faster than I do because, like, I'm not sure when we stopped drinking. It was probably like 3 or 4 in the morning, maybe. But like, we had to wake up at 8 again to go for morning ski or something like that, like breakfast and then morning ski. And I was definitely still drunk. Like, I'm not talking like hungover. I'm talking like still metabolizing alcohol. Like, it was bad. So I put on all my ski stuff and I'm like, nope, this is not happening. So I went back to the room. I was just like, nope, 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 mm-mm. And so yeah, that was Sunday. I like went and got coffee and slowly but surely worked through all the stages of a hangover in my waking hours, which was great. Uh, yeah, so that was that Sunday. Um, then what? So the next weekend after, it was December the 20th. I went into Seoul to hang out with Jesse. Um, and then we went to Noraebang, which is karaoke in Korea. I may have mentioned that before. Um, what did I do after? On the 21st, I went and hung out with some friends in Bucheon. We had like a solstice party. Thanks for inviting me, Kirsten. And it was really nice seeing and meeting everybody. It was lots of fun. We had like a white elephant gift exchange as well as like potluck. For those people that don't know, a white elephant is like everyone brings like a $5 to $10 gift and you put it under the tree. And then you draw numbers before you start. So depending on your number, you can either choose to take a gift from under the tree, or you can choose to steal someone else's gift. So that was lots of fun. The potluck was super delicious. Um, there was pierogies, there was potato salad, soup, mulled wine. Yum. I ate all of the potato salad. All of it. Pretty much by myself. Because I love potato salad. And yeah. I'm really sorry, Kristen. It was delicious. Um, um, then we played some games. It was lots of fun. The only problem is that Busan is pretty much as far away from me as possible on the other side of Seoul. It takes me like 2.5 hours to get there between like the bus from my city into Seoul and then the subway ride all the way across the city. It's kind of a bit of a pain in the butt, but it was a lot of fun, so it was worth it. Um, so that was the 21st. And then Christmas, yay! On the 24th, we had like a little event at school where we had enough food to feed a small army for the kids. We bought like muffins and cake and like buns, and we made tteokbokki, and oh my god, it was madness. And then we had Arthur, I think. It's like a Christmas movie about like the Santa Claus family or something. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention. It was like on repeat for the kids, like non-stop. And then we had like board games and stuff out for them to play. Uh, so that was the 24th. On the 25th, I think I Skyped with my parents. And then I made a whole bunch of food. And a friend of mine came and hung out for a little bit. And then I Skyped with my family in Romania. And we talked for a while. And then I went back to work on the 26th. And then I had the weekend off, so like the 28th and 29th. And then, or no, sorry, 27th, 28th. And then I worked on the 29th and the 30th. And I had the 31st, 1st, and 2nd off because it was like a holiday here in Korea. I was originally going to go away for New Year's. I was going to go to like Japan, but where I wanted to go, there's a lot of stuff to do, so like 4 days, 4 or 5 days wouldn't have really been enough time for me to go do what I wanted to. And then I kind of looked into doing a couple other things, but it was kind of last minute and it wasn't really working out for me, so I gave up on that. So like on the 31st, I'm like, oh my god, what is everybody doing for New Year's? I have nothing going on. And my friend Tim was like, well, I'm having board game night if you want to come. So luckily he lives relatively close, like 2 hours away in Daejeon. So I got myself a bus ticket and I went to Daejeon. I was originally kind of planning on going for like the 31st and the 1st, and then I ended up staying until the 2nd. Thanks for having me, Tim, and not kicking me out. um, so yeah, got there and we had like a potluck style dinner thing at his place too for New Year's. Um, and we played games. We tried playing games. We didn't actually finish. Actually, no, we did finish the one game that he like made, but we didn't finish anything. Settlers of Catan was the closest thing we came to finishing. That was like a solid game. We're pretty brutal. And so yeah, we had food and we had drinks, and I Skyped with my parents on my phone and was like, hey, say hi, everybody. Because I'm crazy. I celebrated like 2 different New Year's. The one in Canada, or the one in Korea, and then the one in Canada the next day. So I had like a glass of wine at 2 in the afternoon when Canada's New Year happened. Um, and made some new friends. One of which is Carlos. Carlos ended up hanging out with Tim and I for like the entire time that I was there. On the 1st, on Monday, or not Monday, on the 1st, it was the Thursday. I think that's when we went to play the Pathfinder game, which is like Dungeons and Dragons. I made a whole new character. It was really awesome. I like making the characters more than I like playing them a lot of the time. I'm just like, yay, character development, making stuff, fun. I'm like that with video games too. I like making the character more than I like playing video games most of the time. So yeah, that was on the 1st, right? The Pathfinder thing? I can't remember anymore. I'm really bad at this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was on the 1st. And then we like hung around and did a whole lot of nothing and drank and played video games that night. Oh yeah, we played Tekken, and I was really bad at it. Oh my god, I was so bad at it. Oh. Not at all like Soul Calibur. Not at all. And then on the 2nd, we went and had like a ginormous brunch together at like a Western style brunch place that's like around the corner from Tim's. It was super, super delicious. We had so much food. I practically rolled out of there. And then went back to Tim's place, and he put on Pitch Perfect because apparently he doesn't want me to leave. And then we watched Pitch Perfect. I really love that movie. And then I came home. Tim gave me a nice little side table to bring home with me. For those of you that remember, I had my suitcases here beside my bed. They are no longer here. I have Tim's lovely little table that he gave me instead. And it's super awesome, and I love it. Thank you, Tim. I was carrying it to the bus stop, and Tim and I were having a conversation about what a disaster I am on ice, and that is exactly the moment that I stepped on some ice and like the table went flying and I almost fell over, and then we laughed a lot because I'm a disaster on ice. That is all. Yep. um, so yeah, I had fun times in Daejeon for New Year's. It was really awesome. From what I understand, um, Koreans don't so much care about this New Year's that we celebrate. They care more about the Lunar New Year, which should be sometime in February. So I might actually start trying to make plans to be out of the country for that one. If anyone wants to come with me or do anything, let me know because it's always more fun to travel together. That's all. My friend Jessie returned from Canada today. So I went into Seoul and saw her. Actually, I was in Seoul on Friday because that's when I came back from Daejeon. Unlike last time when the bus ride took 3 hours to come home, it only took 2 hours this time, thank goodness. And I'm like carrying a table around Seoul, and it was good times. Anyway, and then I don't even remember how I got home exactly. Uh, Anyways, yeah, on the bus. I got home on the bus. And then on Saturday I went into Seoul to see someone. In theory it was like a date maybe. It was awful. I'm gonna just forget about it because I don't want that imprinted in my memory ever. So I went to see my friend Jessie today. Like I said, she came back from Canada. We had dinner and wandered around Conde a bit. Next weekend, hopefully, we'll start our Korean lessons and she'll teach me some Korean. Huh? Huh? Jessie? Poke? Please? Um, yeah. So, I think that's about it for this update. I don't really have much else. Just, that's about all I've been doing. Tomorrow I go back to work. And I don't wanna. This vacation has been nice. I wanted to stay vacation-y for a while. But that's not gonna happen. So in the meantime, I'm gonna look forward to the Lunar New Year and my next vacation. Yes. Also, oh yeah, right before New Year's, on the 29th, I think, I got my next belt at Hapkido. From yellow, you're supposed to go to blue, but I jumped right over blue and went to brown. So that's really awesome. If you notice, it has a black stripe in the middle. Same with my yellow belt. It had a black stripe in the middle. It basically just means that amongst like that color belt, you are really good. So I am super awesome brown belt. Yeah. I am aiming for a black belt by the time I leave Korea. So that's it might actually happen. Keep your fingers crossed for me. I think I have a couple things kind of coming up with like some Korean friends here in the next like weekend or two, with like hanging out and whatnot. So, if anyone wants to talk to me, Skype, and let me know because sometimes I'm asleep when you guys call. So set up a time with me, like ahead of time, just in case. I think that's about it. I don't really have anything else. It's late here already. It's already like 1 in the morning, and I have to work tomorrow, so I should probably go to sleep. I'm kind of tired, anyways. Speaking of, I'm tired. So I think I'll go to bed, and I'll see you guys next time, I guess. Again, if you have any questions or anything, let me know. And bye. Bye. I miss you. I love you.